I said, hey, what's up? Hello, y'all. We're playing new Super Marionette Bros. Clock Tower puzzle number 14. And we are the Slayer, allegedly. Allegedly. I have not solved this puzzle yet. I'm going to go ahead and do it live again, like I did before on the last puzzle, which you should totally check out. But let's go ahead and read the rules. So, one imp and one minion, a poisoner, spy, scarlet woman, or marionette. So, looks like trouble brewing without a baron. Good players in the marionette truthfully report role and info as shown. Other evil players lie and provide arbitrary info. Sure. No outsiders in play. Woo! We were shown the Slayer token, but we may be the marionette. Who is the demon and who is the minion? Okay, so I think it's cool to just like looking at the situation at hand. Usually I like to look at who has the most info pointed at them and go from them. Today, it seems like it's us. We have the most info with our Slayer shot not going off. We have an investigator on us, and we have a Undertaker on us. So I'm going to go ahead and say, go ahead and pause. Try to solve it yourself because I'm about to dig right in. Sorry. Anyways, so the way I want to start this actually is I think marionette worlds are going to be a lot easier to find. So let's start with a marionette next to Danielle the demon for whatever reason. I'm just picking Danielle at random. So if Danielle's the demon, I'm the marionette. Everyone else is going to be truthful, right? So this info checks out. What's going on with Gwillem? Gwillem? I don't know. Okay, the demon sits next to the minion. Okay, sure, that checks out. On both nights, I learned that both my neighbors are good. Sure, I checked Danielle and Gwimlin and got a no. And then you are the Slayer, which is true. Which would be false because I'm the marionette. So this doesn't work and this doesn't work. And neither of them can be evil because it's one minion. So this world is just ignore. Right. So let's go ahead and see Lydia as our imp. So Lydia's the imp. And what? Demon sits next to the minion. That checks out. Rob's info checks out. Again, Gwillem has bad info. What is that name? Either Rob or Lav is the empath. That does check out. Yeah. And then checking Danielle and Gwillem and got a no. That would check out. The only thing in this world that doesn't check out is, again, the Undertaker, who saw me as the Slayer. And there's really no way to explain that since I am the marionette in this situation and my demon is next to me. So this is not a possible role either because there are no other ways to poison or yada yada. Okay, good news. We are the Slayer. Now, what if we were poisoned? We were a poisoned Slayer, and Lydia, so we got poisoned on night 1. I think that's important to note. And Lydia is the demon. Demon who lied. Okay, so let's figure it out from here. Danielle could be the poisoner who got arbitrary information. Either way, Rob has to be the empath, because if Danielle's the poisoner, Rob's the empath, right? And if Danielle is the washerwoman, Danielle could not have been poisoned because I got poisoned night 1 in this world. So Rob is the empath either way. If I was poisoned night 1, then Lav has to be the poisoner. Right, because this info is bad. If Lav is a chef, this information is wrong, meaning Lav cannot be the chef, which makes the information right, ironically. So it's a poisoner giving true information in this world, meaning Danielle is good. Gwillem is confirming me, which is dope. You are the Slayer. And then Brett, on both nights, I learned that my neighbors are good. Yeah, this would be correct, but unfortunately, Rob actually has bad information. because on both nights I learned that both my neighbors are good. Well, if it was only on night 2, then sure, this would be a possible poisoning on night 2 that would add up. But if you learned 0 on night 1 as well, then, well, this doesn't make sense, right? And if I was poisoned, then it doesn't work. Therefore, I was not poisoned on night 1 with Lydia Demon. Simply put, we are good. We are a Slayer who shot our shot, and it did not work. So, let's continue to experiment. What if Danielle is the marionette? Oh la la. Okay, well, obviously the marionette would not be, it wouldn't be my marionette, so it's got to be Gwillem. Right? Meaning Lydia's giving truthful information. Issues Brett is total bogus. Let's see. Rob giving true info and Lob is giving true info. Yeah, now our issue is the fortune teller. So that doesn't add up. Okay, so Lydia cannot be giving sober information. So what if Lydia is the marionette to Love? Well, we're going to have the same Rob issue, so, as before. So, that doesn't add up. So how is Lydia's information wrong? Lydia could just be a poisoner. I don't think Lydia's the demon. What if Lydia is just a imp? Have we tested that? Lydia imp. Oh, but Love has to be poisoner. Yeah. Okay. So what if Lydia is... Well, what I'm not understanding is how is Rob getting bad info? I think someone, probably Lydia, is the poisoner who poisoned Rob on both nights. Okay, what if... Boom. Oh, I'm kind of derailing here because I've lost sight of where do we go from here? Okay, let's stop with the Lydia worlds. Let's go ahead and go to Brett, who died at night. What if Brett is a sober fortune teller, right? That means neither Gwillem nor Danielle could be the demon. That leaves us with 3 candidates. If it's Love, then it has to be Rob. But then what is going on with Lydia? Rob has to be the poisoner, right? So Lydia got poisoned on night 1. But then so did Danielle. So what's up with that? So that doesn't add up. They'd both have to be poisoned, and that's not possible. If the demon is Rob, then someone had to have poisoned Danielle, and it'd have to be Love, otherwise his info's wrong. But then Lydia's wrong. And if it's Lydia... Oh, one of these two can be the poisoner, though. I didn't really account for that. Okay. So much going on. We need a reset. We need to reset because I'm just going around like it's whatever. If it's... Who has a lot of info pointed at them? Danielle? Danielle. We already explored Danielle Marionette. That didn't work. So what if Danielle is... Danielle... Why is Lydia? No, we have to explore Lydia's wrong information. Lydia's confirmably wrong because we know we're not the marionette. We know Danielle's not the marionette. So Lydia already explored as a imp. That didn't work. We're gonna see what if Lydia was poisoned on night 1. Okay. If Lydia was poisoned on night 1, that would explain the bad information. We're kind of left with who's the imp, who's the poisoner in this situation. Another thing to know is Danielle could be seen a spy. Sure. But here, we are saying poisoner. Rob. Okay, if Rob has to be good unless Danielle. No, Danielle can't be evil because of Brett. If we said Rob was like the demon and Danielle was the poisoner, it doesn't work because of. Well, no, it could work. If Rob is the imp, but then the chef info is bad, so that wouldn't work. Okay, Rob has to be good, I think, in this world. Meaning both Lav and Brett are also good due to the poisoner missing. That would also explain over here, except now we can't explain the fortune teller no on these two. Why did I shoot Lydia? What an awful shot, by the way. Okay, this cannot be explained. Ooh, it's raining outside. Yeah, I don't think Lydia is being poisoned. I think Lydia is just a lying sack of shit. But I want to continue. I just don't know. I don't know where to go from here. The demon sits next to the minion. What the fuck? Okay. Lydia is definitely evil, I think. I think Lydia is like, well, I don't know which minion. Rob or Lav is the empath. But if Lydia is the minion, how the hell is Lav and Rob both true, you know? Unless Lydia is the poisoner who poisoned Lav on night 1. And Rob is also good. Oh, wait. Maybe I'm cooking. Night 1. Rob is also good, meaning Brett has to be good. But then that doesn't explain why the fuck he gotta know on the imp. Okay. This is tough. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're tough. Lydia. Okay, Rob is the spy, I've decided. And Brett is the imp. Brett is the damn imp. Okay, so that will explain why the Undertaker saw me, why Danielle saw an empath, how the demon sits next to the minion, and either you or Danielle's the marionette. Fuck! No, that's wrong, mate. That's wrong. And Brett impassed. I think, okay. No. Maybe? No. No. See, the 3 starting info rolls is really like screwing me up, especially with the 00 empath. I think Brett has to be. No. That was so close to working, too. Is Brett the imp? We need to explore Brett. So if Brett is good, that means these two cannot be the imp. The imp is between these 3, right? Lydia imp means Lav has to be poisoner or whatever, but that doesn't work with Rob and myself because I Slayer shot Lydia. So that's one thing out. Lav imp. Well, yeah, Lav would have to be poisoning Rob if Lydia was the imp, but I had to have been poisoned night one. Unless... No. Okay, what if Lav is the imp? Rob has to either... If it's Rob minion, probably poisoner. That would add up. You were poisoned night one. You were poisoned night one. Everyone was poisoned night one. Makes sense. No. Okay. If it was Rob Marionette, it doesn't work. I just don't know why. Maybe Lydia's just lying her ass off. Okay. Clearly, Lav doesn't work as imp. So what if Rob's the imp? That would mean... Well, hold on. I didn't... If Lydia was imp, couldn't Danielle have poisoned Lav as the poisoner? Right? Well, the issue is I shot Lydia. Damn it. That almost worked, but I shot Lydia, so it's like I had to have... Okay. And then, of course, it's going to be the same issue with the Undertaker being the poisoner, but even worse. Okay, if Lav was the imp, could Danielle have poisoned... No, Danielle has to poison Rob repeatedly. Twice. But then Lydia has bad info again. Okay, what if Rob is the imp? Rob can be the imp. Danielle is the poisoner who poisoned both the chef and the investigator on night one. That makes sense. What if Lav is the poisoner? But that doesn't add up with Danielle and Lydia. Yeah, it's not making sense. What if... No, it doesn't work. Okay, then. Brett cannot be a sober fortune teller, I think is what I'm learning. Because I don't think these three can be the demon. I'm wondering, what if Brett was like a poisoner who got killed for the fucking sake of it at night? Willem? Okay, let's explore Danielle imp. My shot makes sense. Someone poisoned Lav, or Lav is the poisoner. I think Brett could be the poisoner, though, no? Okay, if Brett is the poisoner... Sorry, I meant to put a P there. If Brett is the poisoner, Gwillem makes sense. Lydia got poisoned on night one. No. Hold. Wait a minute. Wait, is this it? Gwillem imp, Brett poisoner? It's going to be a little weird, but hear me out. Danielle matches up. Rob, poison... Oh, Lav matches up. Rob poisoned night one and night two, and piece of shit Lydia is still wrong. Boom! Okay, that did not work. What if... Did I already explore Rob imp? Brett poisoner? That would clear up the chef. I don't know what's going on. Lydia has to be evil. Lydia has to be a minion. Literally has to be. Who poisoned Lav on night 1? Lav got poisoned night 1. Has to be true. Rob has to be a real empath who had real information because of Danielle, who saw Rob as an empath. But that doesn't make sense because of the no. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? I don't get it. Maybe I am the marionette and I miss... No, we already checked both worlds where I'm the marionette. It doesn't work. I don't see how... Again, Danielle can't be the marionette because I'm not the imp. Willem can't be the imp because of Brett's information. There's no poisoner to poison Brett. So it's just a matter of, like, it's wrong. So Danielle cannot be the marionette. I can't be the marionette because if Danielle's the fortune teller or the imp, how does Brett get a no on Danielle? If Lydia is the imp, how does, wait. wait. No, this doesn't work. I mean, yeah, Danielle gets real info. Rob gets real info. Brett gets true info. Lav gets true info. But Gwillem somehow sees me as Slayer, which is not possible because I am a marionette in this world. Phew! I got worried. There's no Zahn or Poisoner to get it wrong either, so... So Lydia's information is strictly false. Lydia also cannot be the marionette herself because if Lav is the chef or the imp, then Rob's information is wrong somehow. Leaving Lydia to possibly be poisoned on night 1. Perhaps Lydia was poisoned on night 1. And if we explore that scenario, the imp has to be between these 3. Right? No, it could be anyone. Brett could be the poisoner who poisoned Lydia. Let's just explore this again. If Lydia was poisoned on night 1, for Danielle to be the imp, Brett has to be the poisoner, but then Rob's information is true. And then Lydia could not have been poisoned night 1 if... Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. I gotta keep in mind Rob learned that Gwillem is good as well. If Gwillem is the imp, again, Brett was either poisoned on night 1, which in this world is not possible, or Brett is the poisoner, in which case doesn't add up with Rob's info again. If Brett is the imp who imp passed, then that would mean either Rob poisoned Lydia, and then... But then Danielle's information is wrong. Or Danielle is the imp. Or the poisoner who poisoned Lydia. But then Rob's information is wrong. It doesn't add up again. If Rob is the imp, now we're exploring a real world. Checks out with the fortune teller. Danielle had to have been either if Rob is the imp, Danielle's the poisoner who poisoned Lydia on night 1. But then Lav's information doesn't add up. So if Lav is the imp, Danielle has to be well, again, it doesn't add up with Rob's information. So we now know Lydia cannot have been poisoned night 1. Lydia is guaranteed evil. Which one? I don't know. But definitely a minion. Not a marionette either. So this is not a marionette game. Doubtful it's a Scarlet Woman, considering all the bad information. But decisions are happening over dinner. Okay. So Lydia is a poisoner, spy, or Scarlet Woman. If Lydia is the poisoner, boom, then once again, Danielle can be the imp. Lav was poisoned on night 1. But then Brett's information is wrong. So we have 2 night 1 info rolls that had to have been poisoned. So let's if Lav is the imp, that means Rob had to have been poisoned both night 1 and night 2. By pure chance, I guess. So Danielle's information would add up. Gwillem's information adds up. Brett's information adds up. And then Rob's information has been poisoned from the start. And that's the fucking world, isn't it? Oh my god, that's the world. Hold on. Let me do a recount. I shot Lydia on day 1. Nothing happens. That adds up. Either Rob or Lav is the empath. Rob is the empath in this world. You are the Slayer. That adds up. We can ignore the chef info. I checked Danielle and Gwillem and got a no. That adds up. Neither of them are the demon. On both nights, I learned that both of my neighbors are good. Well, that's wrong in this world, but you are the poison candidate. This is so correct. Oh my god, I finally got it. I knew it was a damn poisoner. I knew it. I just couldn't... I couldn't piece it together earlier, I guess. I don't know. Am I missing something? No, that has to be it. Why did I not get this earlier? Not a marionette. Yeah, no, I got it. This is it. Oh my god. Hey, you know what? I'm sure you solved it well before me. Sorry it took me so long. I'm a dud. But hey, leave a like and subscribe. Please. I'll do better next time. Or maybe I'll go back to finding out the answer beforehand and just revealing it as I go. I don't know.